You know, I've made a lot of good memories here, and when I first came to Davie, I was so excited to finally move into my first big boy apartment, and I loved it. And now to go ahead and pack it all up and to turn it all off and ship it all away to another state was so bizarre. I definitely feel like I'm making a sacrifice, leaving something behind here, but I know that life for me that's waiting on the road, being able to explore and meet new people and take a risk, it's gonna be worth it. It's how you grow, and I'm ready for it. I've made it this far. What's to stop me now? So as I've pared down all my belongings, I've become a little bit more of a minimalist. I had to say goodbye to all my hobbies and just choose my YouTube channel and my anesthesia books. That's all that's coming with me. So this will be a time for me to focus. And it's all part of the journey, right? Well, we're now on day 2 of the trip. I really underestimated how stressful it was gonna be to pack up, my whole life out of my apartment and put it all in the back of the car. And man, it's tough, but I spent the night here in Tallahassee at Noah's house. So give me the rest I need to make the next leg of the trip up from Tallahassee through Tennessee, through Georgia, all the way up to St. Louis, Missouri. So it's going to be a long drive. All right, back on the road. Time to leave Tallahassee behind, baby. So at the start of my senior year here, I was expecting it to be a little bit more fun and easy than it turned out to be. Moving out of my apartment in Davie, Florida to come on this big grand road trip where I'm going across multiple state lines, across time zones, to different cities, going to all these different hospitals to meet with dozens of new faces, and it's really shaking things up. And it's a whole lot more work than I first thought it might be, and that's okay. But the ability to move around and experience so much, especially as a young guy, it's something that's really, I think, unique to my program here. And I don't know many other professions that allow you, in school to go and experience so many different parts of the country. And even my time experiencing Florida, because I'm from Virginia, so it's been a big year or 2 years for me, personally, as well as professionally and academically. There's nothing that's really going to grow you so much as forcing yourself into these uncomfortable situations, to experience new things, to take new risks and new challenges. And it reminds me of this message that one of my viewers wrote me, and she asked, how how do you deal with it? You know, the risk of going to a new state, a new environment, being alone, moving to Florida alone. She was from New York, and she was worried that what if I don't like it there? What if I can't deal with it? What if it's too much? How do you even do that, right? And it's a reasonable question to leave your whole old life behind, to leave behind your family, your friends, your loved ones, whatever, and pack it all up and take it to a new state. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It really is. I don't want to like minimize any of that. But that's one of the reasons I'm so glad to be doing this young, right? I'm 24 years old and I'm still somewhat light on my feet and able to take on these risks. And it is a risk, and you have to kind of commit to it. There's no halfway going. You have to send it, and you have to commit and just figure it out. And you'll be surprised how much you can actually just figure out if you have to. If you make your plan and you say, I have to make it work, man, you're smarter than you give yourself credit for, and you'll make it work. Promise you. You'll make it work, you'll be okay, but you have to commit to it, and you can't be thinking about what's my plan B? How do I like have a safety net? What if I want to quit? Man, you can't entertain that thought. You have to say, I'm gonna make it work. I have to make it work. And just figure it out. And I will say, the two biggest assets that you have to just make it work is, at least for me, I'm taking out my student loans, and so my checking account has money in it. I'm okay on money, and there's so many problems that can just be solved with money. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but whether it's eating out instead of spending time trying to find food, or getting an extra hotel where you need to, or buying extra furniture, or whatever it is, or your car breaks down and something happens, and you know, having some money, I get like $20,000 deposited into my checking account every semester, and it's dead. I have to pay it back, but it helps. It helps tremendously. And the second thing is, you're not doing it alone, even though it might feel like it. You're not really alone. When I moved from Virginia to Florida, I was in the company of 45 of my classmates, and those are the people that you'll be closest with. And besides that, you meet people. I met people at the gym, at church, wherever. Like, it's an opportunity to go and experience new things, make new connections, and you'll only be isolated if you allow yourself to fall into that trap. But you know, if you know that you're a social creature, you want your friends, you want a community, you want to feel respected, you'll have that anywhere, I think, as long as you seek it out, and you'll find it. Now, it's a little bit different because I knew I was going to be there for a whole 15 months or so, whole year and a quarter down in Davie. Now that I'm here going on my way to St. Louis, Missouri, I know I'm going to be there for 2 months, so I have a feeling it's going to be a different experience up here. I have a feeling that when I get here, man, it's going to be different. Because I'll meet the people, but it's going to be... I'll meet these people, and there's only 2 months to spend time with them, to get to know them, and then on to the next one. But here's the thing. As a young guy, it's very easy to stay in the comfort of your hometown, to stay comfortable where you are, and stick to things you're familiar with. But we know we don't grow in comfort. We know that it takes a little bit of risk and a little bit of change and challenge to be your best self. So what better way to find out where you will thrive the most than to just go out and explore, take some risks, and it'll be dangerous, and it'll cost money, and it might suck. But you'll grow, you'll learn, and I think it'll be worth it. But either way, if it sucks, I'm going to show you. If it's great, I'm going to show you. So you're along for the ride. But see you later. There it is. This is my home for the next. It really ended up being a lot more stressful than I first expected. Reviewing some of my regional anesthesia and ultrasound techniques. Really sick patients that really need a high level of care and where the risk is increased. So